Okay, welcome back to part 2. This is the notes for 2D, and we're talking about how do we know if two triangles are congruent. They can tell us that they're congruent, but that's not always the case, where we might want to be able to prove that they are congruent. In one of the methods that we said was I can prove that all three sides of one are congruent to three sides of the other, then they are congruent. The y is side, side, side. We also have one that was the angle was included between the two sides, and we had one where the side is included between the two angles. Okay, now we're going to give you two more. So you can see this one is called angle side. Okay, it's this case where I look at the picture. I've got two angles that are marked, just as the previous one. And in this case, the side that is not included, the side that is not between the two angles, is marked. Okay, these two triangles can be proven congruent by angle, side, angle. And this one is different from this one in the fact where is the side? What side is marked? Is it between them or not? And that will tell you which one is which. The hypotenuse leg is a very specific one that's used only on right triangles. You can see the right angles marked here. And if that's the case, we don't really need to worry about any of the angles. We're just going to worry about two sides. One is the hypotenuse, which is the longest side here, which is the H. Which is the H. And then the other two sides are called the legs. If I have the hypotenuse of each is equal and a corresponding leg is equal, then I can say these two triangles are congruent by HL. Again, only for right triangles. On that one, we don't need to know any other angles except that we do have a right angle. So let's see how this is used according to our markings. So we're given some information. So we go back to how do we mark this? BAC. So BAC, so this angle here, and EDC, this angle here, are given that those two are equal to each other. We're also given BC and EC. So this angle equals, or excuse me, this side equals this side. Now, they want us to prove that the triangles are congruent. I can't do it with just this information, but we do have a gimme from less than 2C that I can mark automatically these two angles here because they are vertical angles. So now I have marked both triangles the same. So now I can look at one just to see what's marked, and I can see I have two angles and one side. So I have three choices. Five choices. Okay. Now it can't be HL because there's no right angle, so we can cross that one off automatic. I don't have all three sides, so I know it's not that one. But I do have two angles and one side. Well, which ones have two angles and one side? That's one of these, so it's not that one. So now all I have to decide is where is the side? Is it between the angles or not? So here's my two angles. Is the side between them marked? No. So it's not between them, so it's going to be angle, angle, side. So kind of following those same steps, we took the given information, marked it on the picture. We also marked the gimme vertical angles. And then we looked at what is marked and helped us decide which of the five it was. X is the midpoint of WY. So here's WY, X is the midpoint, so that side equals that side. Same thing, and VZ. So VZ, X is also the midpoint of that one, so I'm going to mark those two. On a picture like this, I call it the bow tie. The vertical angles are equal. Again, that's not in the given information, that's an automatic thing that we can mark on our picture. So I marked them both exactly the same. If I want to look at the things that are marked, again, my 5 different ways, I can see I have, within this picture, I have one angle and I have two sides. The angle is included between the sides, so this one would be side, angle, side. The angle is between them. If it's not between them, I can't use any. That'd be a none. Can't do it. Okay, my last example here, JM bisects KJL. So KJL, right here at this point, these two little ones are going to be equal to each other. I also know JMK, this angle is equal to this one over here. That's that piece right there. And on one where they share a side, I can mark that side. Now, they want to know why are these two triangles congruent. Well, let's take a look. How many angles are marked? 2. How many sides are marked? 1. So the only, out of my 5, the only choices I have are angle, side, angle, or angle, angle, side. That's the only ones I have choices with that have 2 angles and 1 side. All I have to decide is where's my side? Is it between the 2 angles, called the included side, or is it not? Well, this one is between my 2 angles, the side between my 2 angles. The reason why these two triangles are congruent is angle, side, angle. So let's just kind of review real quick what the process was to decide. I'm going to take the information given. Let's shrink this here a little bit. I take the information that's given and I have to mark it correctly on my picture. Once I've marked all the given information, then I mark the gimme. The gimme, remember, are 2 different ones. One is the vertical angles. The other one is the reflexive or common side. Okay. If I take a look at just one of them, because I've marked them both the same, and see how many angles do I have marked and how many sides do I have marked, that will help eliminate which ones it cannot be, and help me narrow down, is it possible combination of what I do have. Okay. Let me just show you one more added bonus question or note. Okay, so if I have this triangle here and that given information tells me that this side equals this side and this angle equals this angle. That's all they tell me. And I know because this one goes between them, I can mark that one equal to itself. So when I look at just one of them, I can see I have 2 sides and 1 angle. Well, my only option out of the 5 is, here, let's just mark the 5. Okay, it's kind of like a multiple choice, right? Just 5 choices. Well, I can see I don't have any right angles, so it's not going to be HL. I don't have all 3 sides. I can't mark these 2 because I wasn't told that, so it's not all 3 sides. I have, if I just look at one of them, I have 2 sides and 1 angle. Well, 2 sides and 1 angle. It's not that one, it's not that one. But on this one, I want to make sure that the angle is between the 2 sides. So if I look here, the included angle between these 2 sides, remember, is the one where they meet. So this side and this side meet right up here. That's not the angle marked. So it can't even be this one because this one has to be the included side. So this one specifically would not be an option. We do not have anything that is angle, side, side. Angle, side, side. Just do a little note down here. Angle, side, side is not an option. Okay? That'd be ASS, and we don't have that as one of our 5 options. Okay? The last thing I wanted to put on here real quick is, and you can just pause the video, this is just a summary where I've marked what some examples would look like, and you can pause it and mark those down for yourself. They're the same exact marking types as we did in our notes. This is just a summary. And then also down here at the bottom are some of the things that you can just automatically put in there or that is given. So how do we find where these markings are? It can either be given to us, like told that in the directions, or we could have a midpoint that creates the two equal sides, or we could have reflexive. Same thing down here on the angles. This is reasons why we could mark equal angles.